you guys. All right. Thank you, Lindsay. All right, here we go, guys. We're going to talk about the market, as you know, and you're going to be pretty surprised to see that we're pretty similar to what we were last year. On one other exception is that inventory has increased once again. If you guys can see over here on the right-hand side, 1 year change in homes for sale up 48.7%. Now, I've been contacted not only through news outlets, but even our own REMAX saying, hey, look, we're looking at San Diego and we've noticed an increase in inventory. I gave him some reasons of why, but I also want to hear from you. All right. As you guys know, I've been elected as one of 22 brokers in the nation to be an advisory council with REMAX LLC, chosen by the CEO and the president of the company. Now, I truly believe I'm only as good as my team. So we're all in this together. I am going to listen to what your advice may be or what your boots on the grounds or some of the information, the feedback that you guys are getting and that you guys are working every day. I'm going to be leaning on that. So I'll be calling upon you guys to actually give me some words of wisdom to share with LLC and how we can do better and how we can be the best and all the rest of the stuff. And we'll even share some snapshots of California later on in this presentation. All right. That being said, detached market overview. The key things to look for here, if you see closed sales, last year this time it was 1,078. Last month it was 1,169, up 8.4%. If you look year to date, we're very similar than where we were last year. There was 11,038 homes sold year to date of 2023, and year to date 2024 we're 11,234, up 1.8%. So some of you guys are saying it's a really good year. Some of you saying it's a little bit slower. It just means that you're getting less market share. So just concentrate on the things that you can control, not the things that you can't. All right. So that's the key thing there. Attached. That's been a little bit shaky. Last month and the previous months, we've seen a huge uptake in attached market view. We talked about that. The HOAs were scrambling around for insurance. It's been all kinds of things going on over there. People want to get out because their fees are increasing and, balconies. We've heard all kinds of things about why more people are selling their condos and moving into detached or even moving out of state. Look at the overall view, very similar than what it was last year, only up 0.8%. But look at the closed sales. They've actually dipped for the month, down 4.8%. I have some speculations why. Again, insurance has a lot to do with it and other factors, but we're still seeing the sales take place in there, just not as much. Median sales price is $646,000. Average sales price, $779,000. These prices have dipped a tad bit, and we'll kind of talk about why we think that's the case. Overall new listings up 12.5% in the month of September. We are now at 1,714 for detached and over 1,000 for attached. So that's 16.5%. Pending sales up 14.7% in detached and up 11.9% for attached. All right, here we go. Median sales prices. We're seeing them hold, guys. Unless you guys tell me otherwise, I'm seeing these prices kind of, staying where they need to be. Now, nothing crazy. Some pockets, of course, that are getting over asking. If they're priced correctly, we're still seeing 5 to even 10% over ask, which is a high number. But overall, prices seem to be stable. Right now, it shows the median sales price is about a little over $1 million, $1,050,000, up 5.8%. And just a tad bit down on the attached, down 2.1%. Average sales price, it mirrors exactly kind of what we talked about before. You kind of go to this one really quick. This is what caught my eye. If you guys can kind of see October 2023, things were actually going over list price or getting to that list price and then actually going over in the months of January all the way up to May. We've seen pretty stable June, July, August, but then look, it's going down August, September, 0.9%, and for attached, down 2.4%. What that basically means, when the property's listed, you're getting a little bit of a bargain for some of these buyers, and it has a lot to do with the interest rates. They've been fluctuating like crazy. Every time we get hope that the rates are going to go lower, and we're thinking 5%, Then next thing you know, the Fed comes up with something crazy and says, oh no, things are looking good. And then next thing you know, interest rates are rising. If Matt's on, maybe we'll ask him for his advice on what we think. But the bottom line is that's something that we can't control. Days on market has increased a bit. As you can kind of see from August, it was 28 days on the market. Now it's 34 days on the market for detached. And attached is 34 as well, up 47.8%. Now, what's going on here? It's telling me that the homes are sitting. They're taking a little bit longer. And even for, 34 days, that's still pretty decent. I mean, if you talk to other people's outside the country, they're like 34 days. That's incredible. But still, for us, we're just not used to it, not selling within 2 weeks and over asking and all the rest of the stuff. So just is something that just kind of keep in mind that homes are taking a bit longer. And we can see that on our pending and active list I look at every single day, that some of those homes are actually going pending where they were last year or last month. It was kind of stagnant, and active listings were increasing and pendings were kind of, a little bit more, a little less. So just something to keep focused on. Inventory homes. So right now, all of the inventory homes, if you look at everything that's for sale, that's 2,936 detached and 1,910. That's almost 4,000. That's a little bit more than or close to 4,000. No, that's 5,000. Wow. So there's almost 5,000 homes that are going to be for sale right now. And if you look at October 2023, we were complaining about inventory, right? Because there was only 23 or 3,300 homes. I've always been praying for this type of market, to be quite honest with you. I want a balanced market. I don't want it too hot and I don't want it too cold. And that's exactly what we're in right now. These are huge opportunities for you to get your buyer now a contingent offer accepted, where before that wasn't taking place. I've heard from many of you guys throughout the month saying, hey, I've gotten my contingent buyer in the home. And, 3 months ago, we couldn't even, get an offer even looked at. It was on the bottom of the list. So keep up those conversations with those people that were on the fence, thinking of selling their property to buy another one. I would let them know this is your opportunity. Yeah, it may not be the rate that you're looking for, but when the rates do dip, it's going to cost you an extra 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 when the rates are in 4s and 5%. So save now on the overall picture, pay a little bit more on your interest rate when the time is right to refinance, or when the rates dip a little bit. That's when you can go ahead and refinance to get a lower payment. So these are the conversations that you should be taking place with your buyers and sellers. Months of supply, we're at 2.4 months and for detached, and 2.8 months for attached, up 64%, guys. I mean, we're seeing some supply increase. So here's the total market overview. Before we bring our guest, I want everybody to see this. Like I said, very similar than what we were last year. Up 3.5% in closed sales for the detached, and year to date. Excuse me, this is all closed sales. This is attached and detached. We're looking at very, very similar numbers than last year. Year to date, 17,584, up 1.4%. Now, couple things to take in consideration before we bring our next guest. Number one is, what type of activities are you doing to create more opportunities for yourself? I broke it down to a simple science, if you will. You got to have more conversations that lead to prospects or leads, and leads turn into appointments. So what are you doing to create more conversations? Barbara just mentioned that, she's part of these associations, or she's part of these clubs, and it just gets her in contact with people that may buy or sell, and then real estate comes up. We're going to talk about some activities that we can do. Hopefully we can do so. With that being said, can I bring out my guest, Shadi Bazzi, the man, the myth, the legend. He was my personal coach, and he does some amazing things. I know he's been some of your coaches with NLP and all the rest of the programs that we bring on. Shadi Bazzi, welcome to the group, my friend. Thank you for joining us.
It's an honor to be here, Mike. Thank you very much for trusting me with the people that you care so much about. Love doing this. Mike reached out and said, hey, can you give us a couple of minutes? I said, I'll give you a couple of hours if you want. Okay. And because I love the guy, and I know the guy is only around people that he absolutely loves, and you all know exactly the way he treats you. Now, I'm not saying that to compliment Mike in any way. I'm saying that because, are you that person for other people? How many people are you that person for, to the point to where you never ever need to ask for a referral, that you never even need to discuss real estate with people, but people love you so much to the point that they know who you are and what it is that you do and go out of their way to support you and your business. So in paying attention to everything that you guys did so far in this meeting, I took down a couple of notes. Like I was just sitting there, like, hanging on to every single word. And I put down a couple of words that I want to address to help you have your best quarter this quarter. Okay. So I'll begin by saying it doesn't matter where you're at year to date in your business. Some of you guys are ahead of where you thought you would be. Some of you guys are just holding your business steady this year versus the way that you were doing last year. Some of you guys are a little bit off track. And I'm going to say to you, it doesn't matter where you're at today. What matters is what you decide to do today to finish off that last quarter in a very strong way. And I cannot tell you how many people I've worked with in the past that really got to the point in the fourth quarter of saying, enough is enough. I'm not having the year that I want. I got to make some changes right now. They make those changes, and all of a sudden, in the next 90 days, they outperform what they done in the previous 9 months. That can be you. So this chart that Mike shared with you guys and all those numbers, I mean, I'm looking at all these numbers and I'm thinking to myself, these numbers express something to somebody, and what they express to that somebody is your level of expertise. So I'm just curious, how many of you guys are going to take these numbers and share that with your database? Share that with, the people, your past clients and colleagues, like everyone. I would take those numbers as Mike gives them to you every single month and do your own version of that and blast that out to the database. Because I guarantee you, ain't nobody in your marketplace is doing that. Okay. And are we doing that to generate business from it? No, we're not doing that to generate business from it. We're doing that to educate the consumers about how the market conditions may be impacting one of their future real estate, agendas or goals. And as we do that, we build a stronger relationship with the people. We position ourselves as the person of authority. We position ourselves as the experts. And when there is a time of need for a real estate transaction, guess who they are going to call? You. So that's point number one. The second thing I put down is, Mike talked about longer days on the market. Okay, people are complaining. He said people are complaining. I think he said, homes are sitting longer on the market. What does that translate for me? More days on the market means I need more listings. More days on the market. I don't look at it as a sign of like, oh my God, like the world is falling apart, this, that. That means I need more listings. If it's taking 40 days to sell a home, that means if I take a listing every single week, I'd be closing a deal every single week. Okay? Because, week 1, 8 weeks later is closing. Deal number 2 on week number 2, 9 weeks later is closing. That's how you create the consistency. So I look at this information and I interpret it in ways that benefit me going to the next level. Mike said, people complaining about inventory. The only thing you should be complaining about is your inventory, not the market inventory. Okay? It doesn't matter if there's 100 listings in the marketplace. Well, guess what? There's 100 opportunities you've had. Yes, you're not going to capture every single one of them, but you could have captured a good portion of them. I put down the following 3 letters, and I put down ROI. ROI. What does ROI stand for? Return on investment. Return on investment. What's your return on investment been like so far this year? And you're probably thinking to yourself, what investment? Well, what's the greatest investment that you could invest in? What's the greatest investment that you could invest in? Can someone tell me what that is? What's the greatest investment? What is the greatest investment?
Yourself.
Bingo. Like a lot of people say, I want to invest in real estate. Everybody wants to invest in real estate because real estate gives you good returns. But the greatest investment is the investment in you. Return on investment on you. Return on investment in where you are spending your time. Where are you spending your time? What is the return of investment on the activities that you are participating in? What is your rate of return on investment in the books that you're reading, in the meetings that you're attending, in the conversations that you're having, etc.? If it's not, if it hasn't been the kind of return that you are looking for, it simply means you're not investing enough time working on your greatest asset, and that's yourself. See, we take a look at your real estate business and we say, oh my God, we have a business. Well, if you have a business, that makes you a business owner. How well your business is going to do is going to be dependent on how well the business owner is. The better you are as a human being, as a person, the better your business will be, the better outcomes you will have. So over the course of the next 90 days, what I'm pushing every single one of my clients to do is, number one, well, I don't even want to think about 2025 right now. Like everybody's like, I want to plan for 2025. That means you've given up on 2024. Everybody's like, let me go back to my business plan. I'm like, no, let's rip up this freaking damn business plan. You ain't doing shit with this business plan so far this year. Let's get rid of that. What we need is we need a new commitment. We need a new plan. We need to upgrade every single moving part of us, of our business over the course of the next 90 days. So the next 90 days, what is the keyword? Upgrade. What are we going to upgrade? Everything. We're going to begin by upgrading you. Ask yourself the question, how can I upgrade this? What are activities that I need to participate in every single day to upgrade this? How can I upgrade this? How can I upgrade this? Like, you are an emotional human being. Everything that you do is dictated based on emotion. You feel good, you do good. You feel bad, you do absolutely nothing. But what are emotions preceded by? Emotions are preceded by conversations that we are having up here. Like, oh, I want to work on my feelings. No, go work on your mind. You'll be able to control your feelings. Okay, what else do we need to upgrade? We need to upgrade our lead generation pillars. Like, everybody's always asking me the question, Shadi, what's the best way for me to generate business? Look, some people are generating business online. Some people are generating business offline. It doesn't matter what it is that you are going to do. You need to upgrade you to become the best at doing that which you choose to do. I don't care if it's building a referral network. I don't care if it's working for sell by owners, expireds, door knocking, whatever it is that you decide to do. Upgrade that lead generation system. What lead generation system? Just one. Choose one between now and the end of the year that you're going to be the best at in your office, in your marketplace. The third thing that we need to upgrade is going to be our skill sets. Hey, Mike was talking earlier when he was talking to Barbara, and like, we're talking about having conversations. It's not just about having conversations. It's how effective are you at having conversations with people? What is it that you're saying? How are you saying it? When are you saying it? And then it doesn't matter, even if you master that part. How well do they feel in your presence? How good do they feel in your presence? How connected are you? Because they're going to make a decision not just based on the facts that you give them. They're going to make a decision based on the person that's given the facts. So we need to upgrade our communication skills. We need to upgrade our pre-qualifying skills. We need to upgrade our buyer process. We need to upgrade our objection handling. We need to upgrade our closing skills, listing presentation, buyer presentation, and everything. Every single person, it's something different. What is it for you? Just one. See, if we spend the next 90 days going all in on getting the mindset of a champion, on having the right state of emotion, on upgrading our lead generation, and upgrading our skills, the ultimate result is not only going to be a better you, it's going to be a better business. And it's going to be the perfect setup for an explosive 2025.
Wow. Where do I go from there, man? That was awesome. That was amazing, man. I gotta tell you, Shadi, I knew it was
That's
effective.
awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, I noticed because, my managers were taking notes the whole time. I saw Jeff putting his head down and Walt writing down. I mean, so I know it was effective words, man. And Shadi, where do we start? I know, they say, the best time to plant a tree was 50 years ago. The second best time is today, right? I know that, right? But if I'm an agent right now thinking, man, Shadi, I don't know where to start. Like, okay, what do I start reading? Do I start learning? Do I start you know, where's the first step? I know
I
the
think
first step probably takes into mind, right? But let's talk.
yeah, I think the first step is in letting go of what your past experience has been like. And I'm not talking about the last 20, 30 years of your life. I'm just talking about like the last 9 months of this year. So I think what you need to do is you need to have a heart to heart with yourself, and you need to sit down and have a conversation with yourself with pen and paper. And you want to begin that by saying something along the line of like, Shadi, I want to begin this letter by apologizing to you for having let you down so far this year. I want you to forgive me for allowing you to sleep in when I should have woke you up. I want you to forgive me for letting you go to happy hour instead of going out door knocking and all that stuff. I think you need to let go and forgive yourself, and then finish off that letter by saying, and here on forward, I promise you whatever it is that you're going to promise yourself to, start doing here on forward. So that'd be step number one. Step number two is I would sit down and I'll be like, look, man, if life is, if the next 90 days can be as good as they could possibly be, what do I want it to look like? What do I want the next 90 days to do for me? How much money do I want to make? What experiences do I want to have? How many people do I want to talk to? How many listings do I want to take? What do I want to feel? What do I want to enjoy? How do I want to contribute to my family, to my community, etc.? I think at the end of the day, the reason that we lack the results that we think we deserve is because we're lacking the clarity on that which we are wanting. I think a lot of people don't know what they want other than to just make ends meet and pay their bills, and or just look good because they took a listing or because they bought a new car, etc. I think the more clear that you are on what it is that you want, and then becoming more clear on all the reasons why you want it, is when you will magically begin to show up as the person who is worthy of having it all. So I think it's clarity. Get clear. What do you want? Why do you want it? And then work on exactly what I said. What's your new morning routine? 2 or 3 things that you're going to do every single day to get this going. What is that you're going to do every single day to get this going? What is it that you're going to do every single day to upgrade your lead generation? What is it that you're going to do every single day to upgrade your skills? And that's it. Work on that every single day for the next 90 days. That's look, easier said than done. Like everybody's always looking for like, what's the magical next advanced tactic, the next magical advanced AI, this, AI, that, lead generation source, all that good stuff. I'm like, all that stuff is nothing if you're nothing. Like you're waiting for something from the outside to come fix you on the inside. No, everything starts and finishes with you. When you get you right, everything else becomes right. So this is not a business conversation. This is a you conversation. Get you right, and everything will be all right.
So Shadi, I heard that, loud and clear, brother. That was some amazing advice. And, the first thought that comes to my mind as you're saying these words, I got a little bit of a mixed batch here, right? Because I want to help every single person on this call and the people that are not on this call. My biggest challenge has always been that I want it more for them than they want it for themselves, right? And I'm sure that's probably one of your number one challenges being a coach, right? You can lead the horse to water, but you can't make them drink. And there's many different factors. And I say because, being transparent here, saying I have a mixed batch, I have some eager, some newly licensed agents that need to make it. I got some, middle of the pack there that just, they do what they do. They still kind of live, a life of, I want it, but maybe not as much. Then I have some, some of the top achievers that they can do 5 deals a month, and that's not enough for them. They're always thinking next level, right? So can you talk to me a little bit specifically on, getting that why or that motivation? Is there anything that I can do or we can do, or maybe share some information to get them to do more? Is it fear? Like, I really haven't put my finger on it because, I'm a competitive person. I love to be the best at everything that I can do. And I know that I'm always going to fall short in every category. It's a guarantee, but it doesn't stop me from trying and achieving and waking up the next day saying, I got to be better today than I was yesterday. What's your advice for that mixed batch, if you don't mind?
Yeah, so we go back to what you said. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. And look, having been on so many coaching calls from, people from all over the country, You know, it's like, you know, which ones are the ones that knocked it out the park, are the ones that were mostly clear on exactly what it is they want and exactly why they want it. You know, that makes it easier to lead that person in the right direction. I think all that we can do is just keep on showing up and supporting the people, regardless of where they are in their business. And some people are going to take that and run with it. And some people are very content with exactly where they're at. And that's exactly where they want to stay. Now, if you ask me the question of like, you know, this person wants more, but can't seem to get themselves to do more, then that becomes a whole nother conversation. So basically it goes back to a, you know, a one-on-one individual basis. I think if we could use 2 words, okay, to describe people in either one of the categories, I think it's either desire or fear. But from what I gather is most people are stuck in the world of fear. And a lot of times that fear is like, it's like the fear of like, you know, what if it doesn't work? What if it doesn't work? Okay. Or the fear of like, what are other people going to think? Okay. And that fear is exactly what keeps you stuck where you're at. So now the question is, how do we overcome that fear and turn that into a desire? This is where we really got to question, you know, what is it that we believe to be true and what is it that we believe to be true that is not true? So I would ask myself the question of like, what's the worst case scenario? What's the worst case scenario? I go all in. What's the worst case scenario? It's never as bad as you think it is without giving it some thought. So, Mike, for the people that are, you know, let's say at you know, we'll say category A, you know, the people that are like, you know, just stuck, well, you need a new commitment. You need a new plan. You need a new vision. Okay, for the people in the middle, you need a new plan for the next level. You need a same exact thing, man. It's the vision and it's the plan. Okay, what do I want? Why do I want it? What do I got to do to get it? Done. And by the way, whatever it is that you need to do to get it, if you don't know how to do it, my gosh, you're in a perfect company right now. There's somebody inside that company. If not Mike, there's someone in that company that can teach you exactly how to do it. So it goes back to what? What's your vision? What's your desire? Do you want it or do you not? And if you don't want it, we're not going to make you wrong for it. There's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. If you want it, then, you know, you got to step up and you got to say, I want it. What do I got to do? That's it.
Love it. So Shadi, I've asked some of the people in the office if they have any questions for you. You know, we'll bring them on and ask direct questions, and hopefully you can answer them for us. We have some amazing agents in this group, as you probably know, Shadi. I've been bragging about them since I've opened up the doors. I'm very selective on who comes into this office, and you know they got to be, you know, thinking for me, I think for them, family type of oriented type of thing. And I want, like we always talk about, we always want to help as many people as we want and as we can. And ABC, right? Always be contributing. You know, there's a lot of people that always be closing and whatnot. We have to be contributing. We have to be doing more things in our communities. We have to be helping the people that are struggling. We got to be helping, maybe even getting them off that negative mindset, right? And it starts with neutral thinking. You know, I read a book once, It Takes What It Takes by Trevor Moawad. I'm not sure if you read that one, Shadi, but basically it's hard to go from negative to positive, right? This guy was a coach for Russell Wilson, one of the quarterbacks in the NFL. And what he actually got him to do is when you go from negative, go straight to neutral thinking. Don't go positive. Just, you know, just neutral, not positive, not negative, right? It's an easier move from neutral to positive instead of going from negative, because that's bipolar, right? Let's just be honest. You know, you go from I'm depressed, okay, now I'm happy. You know, like that's very difficult to do. But if you get to neutral and just be like, look, that happened, it's out of my control. Let's move on. You know, today's another day. It's easier to kind of move on. What's your piece of advice on getting them to be thinking positive thoughts? I know we talked about journaling and, you know, whatnot, but is there any key things that you could tell my people that maybe are not feeling so hot right now, right? They're letting the dictates, you know, there's a lot going on in the world. We're not going to talk about that, but we're going to, you know, there's a lot going on in the world, right? It's easy to be plugged in and get these negative thoughts. You know, the humanity is disappearing, you know, little by little, right? What are some of the key things that you do to get your mind right?
Yeah, you know, somebody asked me that question yesterday, and look, there's there's a lot going on that we know and that we don't know in an individual's life, okay? And I cannot tell you that as a human being, you're going to be able to delete any and all negative emotions and or all negative thoughts and stuff like that, because you're a human being that, you know, that's part of life and that is always going to visit you somehow, some way. All I'm going to tell you is that if you have a process in place, and I'll break down that process for you in a little bit. If you have a process in place, if you have a ritual in place, and you're very like consistent in doing this ritual, number one, you will minimize how often you get sucked into the loops of negative thinking or the loops of negative emotions. Okay. It's not going to disappear 100%. It just will start showing up less often. The second thing is that when it shows up, it won't last as long as it's lasting right now. For some of you guys, you know, when you get in that loop, it'll last days. It'll start lasting hours. Sometimes it'll last minutes instead of lasting days. So what we're talking about is, you know, a very rigid, you know, morning ritual, a morning ritual. And we're not talking about 2-3 hours of doing something every single day. I mean, I'll walk you through my morning ritual of, you know, the one that gets me in the peak state that I'm always in. Okay. Number one, I wake up at the same time every single day, whatever that time is for you. I mean, by the way, by doing that every single day, you're building more trust within yourself because you tell yourself you're going to do something and you do it every single day. And that automatically takes your confidence level to the next level. The next thing is an anchor. How do you anchor in your day every single day? Like the first thing that you do every single morning, what is the first thing that pops in your head? Oh my God, I got to go deal with this seller, you know, market share this, market share that, or it's got to be something that you say to yourself every single morning to anchor the day. What is that? Like everyone should come up with like a mantra, like right now, come up with a mantra. Starting tomorrow morning when you wake up, what is the first thing you got to say to yourself? What is it? I say, show me how beautiful life can be so I can keep looking for the beauty in things. That's what I say every single morning. And I say that to myself by myself. Ain't nobody knows the conversation I'm having with myself. So anchor today. Do some kind of exercise. Hey, my exercise, it's not like, look, I ain't got no muscles, okay? I got this muscle. So my exercise sometimes is just taking a 20-minute walk. Sometimes it's doing a 15-minute HIIT workout. Sometimes it's doing 20 minutes of stretching. That right there, like literally on a psychological level, okay, enhances your thinking and enhances your feeling. All the dopamine hits that you get by working out, all that good stuff is so good for you. The third thing that I do, and I'm very consistent with this one, is breath work. 10 minutes of breath work. So that's like breathing, meditating, visualizing all at the same time. The fourth thing that I do, which only takes like literally 3 minutes, is journal. Okay. But my journaling is a little bit different than, you know, other people's journaling. My journaling, okay, is question-based. I ask myself one question and then I close my eyes and I just let me flow on paper. Okay. So I'll give you a question to start practicing with. And the question is, okay, what is it that is in my best interest to go to the next level that I'm unaware of right now? And then figure that out. Journal. And then the final thing is affirmations. I'm a product of my affirmations. Everything I tell myself, I become. So what is it that you're affirming? By the way, you're doing affirmations all day, every single day. You're just doing the wrong ones that are keeping you in negative mode. So some of you guys need a new set of affirmations. What is it that you're going to say to yourself every single day? I'm a great salesperson. I'm powerful. I'm fearless. I'm committed. I'm determined. I'm focused. I'm the best at everything I do. I'm charismatic. All right, that's it.
I love it. Look, Chatty, I had a couple questions from Jose, if I can bring Jose on. He was courageous enough to ask the questions, so I'm going to bring him on first. And if anybody has a questions, please put him in your chat box. We'll bring on Chatty. Tell you something right now. Chatty's I would say he's inexpensive for what he charges, but you may think he's very expensive because at the end of the day, the man, you know, can easily charge $4,000 or $5,000, you know, for one-on-one coaching. So here's my point. Utilize him. I called him and he said, free, nothing. I'm not going to do anything, not even to pitch anything, like nothing. Right. So I brought him on. He's here for, honestly, as a favor to me. Utilize him. Ask the questions. All right. Alex Sabu just puts very inexpensive for the amount of knowledge you get. All right. Look, because I know
Thank you.
Alex took your courses, right? All right. So Jose, are you on? Can you unmute yourself for a quick second and ask Shadi directly the question that you put in the chat box, if that would be okay?
Okay. So my question was, what was the best mentoring or coaching experience you ever had? And why was it so effective to you?
Yeah, I think that is probably I mean, the first word that came to me was like an unfair advantage that I had in coaching. So some of you guys know, like, I used to spend, for 11 years, I was around Mike Ferry, Tom Ferry, and Matthew Ferry 40 plus hours every single week. So that's where I got the majority of my mentoring, but it wasn't just like a mentoring call every single week or anything like that. It was like literally, 40 plus hours a week for 11 years. So that would be one aspect of it. So basically it just goes back to like, who are you, okay, being around? Now, minus that one, which a lot of people can't access somebody that way. The second thing for mentoring was a mastermind, being involved in a mastermind. And the mastermind consisted of myself. Another name that you all most likely know is Danny Morell. Another one is Case Real Estate that do over $1 billion a year in production in Orange County. Okay. Another person is Vinny Saucedo. So basically what we did is we formed a mastermind and we all became each other's mentors. And if you Google every single one of us, you'll see that we all went from absolutely nobody to the people that we are today. Now, if you want like a specific name for a coach that I believe wholeheartedly can take you to new heights in your business, like heights, and the guy that I'm talking to you about is a guy that took one guy from 3 deals to over 100 deals in 1 year. That would be a gentleman by the name of Shadi Bazzi.
That was awesome. That was awesome. I got a
Thank
couple
you.
more questions if I can move on, Shadi. Spencer made a comment. Shadi has changed my career. Alex Abud said, likewise, Spencer. Tracy's thanking you. I love everything you shared to help us. You rock. And so here's my point. Anybody have any other questions, please ask them away. We got to wrap up because I can't have Shadi forever. Shadi, how do they get a hold of you? They got some questions or, hey,
I
they
think,
want
yeah,
to
I think the best place to where we engage the most with our clients is on Instagram. So if you just, Shadi Bazzi, my name should be on the screen. On Instagram would be the best place. That's where we hang out more than any other place online. Okay.
Awesome.
And for some of you guys that want to experience a lot of our free trainings, YouTube, we have like 700 videos on YouTube. And look, even if you never hire me, even if you never work with me, I can guarantee you right now that if you binge on those YouTube videos and apply what's on those YouTube videos, that alone can help you make an extra $100,000 in the next 90 days.
Incredible. See, do you notice how he's not only saying the words, but he's actually participating in them? When we talked about always be contributing, Shadi and I know the laws of karma or whatever you want to call them. The more we give, the more we get. That's the truth. But we have to give with the intention of not actually receiving anything, right? So if you're doing it just to get something in return, I promise you that's a bad mindset. But give with the intention of not getting anything in return. I promise you, by the way, I've been broke, had money, didn't have money, whatever. Nothing fills my soul and nothing makes me feel better in this world than actually helping another person. Like, I never thought the reward of opening this brokerage, I thought it was only going to be monetary. Like, okay, well, I didn't know what I didn't know. It's funny because after I got there, like, you're a broker, you get broker. I don't know what you were thinking, we had to learn. We learned the hard ways, and we have ancillary services to cover those losses. But my point is helping somebody, actually changing people's life. When I get text messages from my agents saying, you've helped change my life. You've helped me buy a house. You've helped me go on vacation. You've helped me. Nothing is more satisfying than getting that personally. And I know that's the same thing with you. Shadi's offering some services. Shadi's offering some free advice. Shadi's offering you to go to his website. Take him up on it. He wants you to take you up. He wants you to take him up on it. So take advantage of it. Okay, a couple shout outs before we kind of let you go, Shadi. Is that okay with you? Spencer Soto had asked me, hey, do you mind if I give a shout out? I said, of course, go for it.
I
Yeah.
gotta give a shout out to my man Shaddy because I did the NLP training with him. He helped me out a ton, and I've been trying to get my business to that next level. Um, at the, I had a decent year last year, but yeah, Shaddy. I mean, Shaddy? I was like, oh, if I get 1 or 2 deals a week. I mean, literally, he's like, no, you should be getting 1 deal a week. And I mean, at one point, I had 11 deals in escrow this year, and Shaddy and Mike Safadine. I think I'm from both of those schools, which it's like the same. And I just got to say, it really does work. Now you got to put the work in. But the biggest thing, I know the mindset, like when he would talk about it, it's like, what is he talking about? But then I realized like, I have to do something different in order to expect different results. And so I bought in, and I mean, it's just the coolest thing ever to see how your mindset shifts and how you go from this scarcity, oh, where's my next, to this abundant. And it's just really cool. And I had to give a shout out to Shaddy because thank you for that. And Shaddy, not only coaching, learning from him, but he puts you in a group with other people. And like, there's a kid that's 25 years old, Steven Saucedo, absolute genius. I mean,
They make
kid
$1
is-
million this year.
He's gonna make $1 million this year. He's gonna make $1 million. He's
over $1
25.
million now.
He's gonna make over. I didn't even believe him. I looked up all of his stats, and he's not from the area. He's a cold call door knocker. I know people freak out when they hear cold call and door knocking, but it was crazy to see like what it is. So appreciate you, Shaddy. You're the man.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for your kind words.
A lot of fans in here, Shaddy. Lots of fans, man. Listen, brother, I love you. Thank you. Keep up the good work. Just keep fighting that fight, brother, and keep helping people. And I appreciate you, Shaddy, more than you know.
Well, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. One last final thing I want to say, okay?
Please.
Everyone just write down the following quote and begin to live by this quote, because this is the quote that I live by, okay? It's 10 words. Each word is only 2 letters, and it's this: if it is to be, it is up to me. If it is to be, it is up to me. Thank you, guys. You guys are awesome. Hope to see you guys again in the near future. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Go Tigers.
Thank you, brother. Take care. All right, guys, I'm going to continue on. Hopefully you guys got a wealth of knowledge with that. And at the end of the day, look, guys, it really is. The key words that I took from that and all the conversations that, I've had with Shaddy over the years, the many coaching calls, the different coaches, we kind of speak the same language, if you will. And it's really up to you, right? You can want it all you want, but you have to be consistent. You have to be doing the work. You have to be okay with saying, you know what? I'm okay. If I fail, it's part of the process. And you got to have that courage to step outside the box, because if you don't, you're never going to grow. You have to be able to be uncomfortable, right? To be comfortable later. That's the truth. And until you're willing to make that decision, I can't make it for you. Neither can Shaddy, neither can anybody else. You got to make the decision in your mind to say, enough's enough. Enough's enough. I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm going to make a change. And whatever that change looks like, whatever that uncharted territories looks like, I'm going to be brave enough to walk through those doors. And until you do that, you can expect the same year as last year, the year after, and the years to come. So just keep that in mind, guys. I want to share this really quick before we get to our top 15. I know I'm running a little bit behind. Hopefully it was worth your time. But we'll get to the events and whatnot, and we'll go through this. But I was just on a call again earlier with LLC. And here's the cool part. You're going to see that now, obviously, I'm on the advisory committee for a reason. They want to expand our territories. And ready for this? The first area that they're going to concentrate is San Diego. I've been praying for this day because ever since I've opened up the office, I got to tell you guys, I felt like I was on an island, right? Seeing all these other brokers kind of fizzle away. And what I'm trying to bring to the market has been a little different, right? Something where a broker wasn't a landlord. He just doesn't say, hey, go out there and get the business for me. And I sit on my laurels and I'll wait till I collect those checks. That philosophy is dead, right? I knew I had to be involved. I wanted to, make it all this culture and all these different things. But here's my point. Now I'm going to get the support from LLC. Now they've always supported me, but I've always felt like, you know what? They could do more. I've always felt like they could do more. So, let's see, I mean, words are words until I see them in action. So San Diego, Los Angeles, and San Francisco are going to be their keys of focus. Now, what does that look like now where we're at? We have 104 brokerages, if you will, offices, 662 throughout the state or West region, if you will, 268 in California. Our agent count is 5,209 in California, West region, 12,000. Transactions, 34,353 transactions with a volume of 25.5 billion. Average transaction per agent is 7. Now, why am I showing you these numbers? I want that to increase. We want to increase. We want to be the markets. We want to be the market leaders. So this is what it looks like right now. Right now, Keller Williams, all right, although they have some challenges and whatnot in recent years, and we'll see what happens with the future. But they are the market leaders right now with production. Again, average agent per transaction is a lot lower than ours, but as a whole, their market share is a little bit more. Coldwell Banker, number 2, and number 3 is RE/MAX. Number 4, Compass, and number 5 would be EXP. Now, those are the top 5 market producing shares and whatnot. They're going to concentrate mostly on San Diego, Los Angeles, and San Francisco. So those numbers will increase, but you got to do your part too. I really want you to step outside your box and do a little bit more. I know most of you don't need the money. You don't need the extra 1 or 2 deals. You guys are seasoned agents. You have some money put away, but why not try to be the best? I want to be the best. I need you to have that same type of mindset so we can take a little over. So, we all got to participate. Like I said, Keller Williams, here's the rest of the map. Century 21, Berkshire Hathaway, Sotheby's, Realty One, Real Broker, and blah, 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 blah. I'm not concentrating on what's behind us. I want to concentrate what's in front of us. So in order to be number 1, it takes a little bit more. And all we need to do is just add another 5 deals per agent. Sounds like a lot, but 5 deals. I know you guys can do it. I'm convinced that you guys can do it. So help me, do our part. If they're going to put the spotlight in our city, in our county, man, that could be good pressure. It could be bad pressure, but I can't do this without you. I can't, right? I can't go out there selling another 100 homes by myself. It's not going to happen. I need you to participate. 5 deals more. If in your business plans for 2025 is just going to do 6, I need you to say 11. If it's 11, I need you to do 16. 5 deals more. Okay? Don't let it scare you. Put it as part of your goals. I know you're capable of it. Anyway. All right. Anybody else? Comments, questions, concerns, anything that they want to bring up before we go to our calendar, then our top 15?
Can I just remind everybody, I'm doing a big, huge broker open house for my new listing in Poway, and I would love to see all of your faces there, 4:30 to 7:30. It's going to be absolutely incredible. This house is beautiful, and I would love everybody's support.
You have our support, Michelle Warner. Look, it could inspire you, right? You're going to go to a luxury listing. You're going to be around top agents, right? We got to do our part. We got to support one another. If you guys
everybody come out, everybody video, put it on your social media. Who knows where that buyer's going to come from? Could be a friend of yours. That's the beauty of social media. So let's promote and get everybody some business, because I'd love to sell this year.
Let's sell it. Let's sell it to Michelle Warner. Who's going to be that? Who's going to be the buyer's agent?
Come on, be my buyer. Come on.
Anybody else? Everybody's looking forward to it, by the way. I've had a lot of commitments, and I'm sure you'll be getting a lot of confirmations. So let's support Michelle Warner and be there tomorrow. And it's between 4:30 and 7. Is that what the time is, Michelle?
4:30, 7:30.
Okay, 4:30, 7:30. All right.
15535 Westview. Incredible home. Absolutely beautiful. Views from every window. So come check it out.
Perfect.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, really quick. Like I said, I just wanted to go over, actually before the top 15, let me do this. Let me go to our agent hub really quick. And Lindsay, can you jump on really quick? Tell us what's to come and some birthday celebrations and whatnot.
Yes, of course. So next week we have on the 16th commission objections. It's a mastermind type role playing session in the RB office. That's with Mike and Walt. Then we have our KV core training. It's also taking place in the RB office. And then on the 24th, we have the same commission objections mastermind in the Scripps Ranch office.
So Lindsay, I'll jump in really quick and I want to tell you guys a little bit more about what I'm going to be doing in upcoming, months or whatnot. I want to start role playing these listing and buyer presentations. I want good participation with this. Okay. We're going to talk about what you say, what are some of the objection handling and just really quickly on what you're presenting. I want to learn from one another. I did a test pilot in Carlsbad. I said, hey, everybody, I want to see everybody on Tuesday and just kind of pick their brains. It went wonderful. Is because we heard from each other and, hey, this is how we're going to handle it. And, hey, what do you do if somebody says that I don't want to pay a buyer's commission? All those conversations we're going to be talking amongst each other on how we're going to handle them. So I do expect everybody's participation. So we're going to be doing that in Rancho Bernardo. Then we'll be doing it in Scripps Ranch and we'll try to do one in Fallbrook and whatnot. So here's the bottom line. I need your participation. So we know the information now. Let's put it to good use by hearing from one another and tackling those things. You guys told me that's what you wanted, so I put that into place. Now it's up to you to participate so that we can further these type of classes and participation. Lindsay, I know we got some birthdays coming up.
Yeah, happy birthday to all the October birthdays.
Yeah, you guys know the list there. So go for it. Make it your mind. Look at this. I mean, look at my sons there. How can I not say that, right? Majid Safadine is going to be on October 17th. We got Mickey Roberts that were just passed, Virginia Gissing on the 5th, Ron Romanovich 14th, Chris Vaughn 15th, Holly Vetrano 15th, Andy Chan 15th, Jim Supple 16th, and Majid, my son Safadine on the 17th, and Richard Blowers for the 23rd. Happy birthdays to everybody. So can we all unmute themselves and let's talk a little bit and, let's cheer. Some people had some really good months. And this is for the month of September. Here's our top 15. Can I hear your voices?
Woo!
Yeah.
Let's go. All right.
Happy
here we go.
birthday, everyone.
Happy birthday, everyone. Here we go. Just some honorable mentions. Let me flip through these really quick. Vicky Varnals, Mukesh Jan, and Steve Showman. Congratulations.
Woohoo! Good job, you guys.
Number 15, we have Megan Orphismore.
All right,
no
Megan.
Megan.
Number 14, we have Mike Abood.
All right, Mike. Good job, Mike.
Number 13, we have Jill Vodka.
All right, Jill.
Number 12, we have
In
Kay
the mix.
Murr.
Okay.
Number 11, Spencer Soto.
Go, Spencer.
Top 10, we got Ben Lips.
All
Congratulations.
right,
Ben.
Ben. Good
Oh, cool.
job.
Number 9, we have Val Francis.
Go, Val.
Right, Val.
Number 8, Alex Abood.
All right, Alex. Good job, Alex.
Number 7, we have Senthil Nathan.
All
Congratulations.
right,
Congrats.
Sandra. Good job.
Number 6, we have Purby Shaw.
All right, Kirby.
All right, top 5, month of September. Here we go.
Oh, here it is.
Woo! Go, Jeannie.
Yes. Congratulations, Gene. Number 4, we have Mickey
Mickey.
Roberts.
All right, Mickey.
All right, top 3. Here we go. Number 3, we have Steve Beller.
Go,
Congratulations.
Steve. All right, Steve.
Number 2, Michelle Warner.
All right, Michelle.
Congratulations. And a little drum roll, please, for number 1. Judy Spady. Congratulations.
All right, Judy.
Congratulations.
This is what's going to
Very
look like.
nice.
As we change our little image for our social media. I kind of like it. Hopefully
Love
you
it.
do. Yeah,
Yes.
good. Awesome. So we're going to look at like that. And then we're going to look at your year to date really quick. We're going to run through this really quick. Honorable mentions, Sean Azizi, David Kroll, and Kay Murr. Congratulations.
All right, you guys. Good job. Good work.
Awesome. Number 15, Alex Abood.
All right, Alex.
Virginia Gisson.
Woohoo.
Number
Yay.
16,
Yay,
Fiona.
Fiona.
All right, Fiona.
Number 12, Mickey Roberts.
All right, Mickey.
Number 11, Spencer Soto.
All right, Spencer.
Top 10, Carly Anderson.
Go, Carly.
Number 9, Barbara Dudak.
All right, Barbara.
Barbara.
Thank you.
Number 8, Judy Spady.
Judy.
Let's go. Number 7, we have Kim
Yeah.
Korkalak.
All right, Kim.
Keep it up, Kim. Number 6, we have Jill Vodka.
All right, Jill.
Jill. Top 5, we got Michelle Warner.
All right, Michelle.
Michelle. Number 4, we have Maria Martin.
By the way,
Oh,
Maria.
All right, Maria.
Maria.
Top 3, Rick McCandless.
By the way,
Got
Rick.
Rick.
Go, number 2, Steve Beller.
All right,
Steve.
Steve.
And drum roll for number 1, we have Mukesh
All
Jain.
All
right,
right,
Mukesh.
Mukesh.
Right. Same thing. We changed the little image over here. It's gonna look like this for social media. Please share and keep it up, man. We got nice little October started. We got 21 days left, or is it 22 days? I think it's 31 days in this month today. This month. But anyway, make it happen. You heard Shaddy. He said the rest of the year is not over. I don't want you to be thinking about 2025 when there's the 4th quarter of 2023. Love to see your names and faces for the month of October, November, and December. So don't forget about those months. Anybody have any last comments, last questions, last thoughts? Please go ahead and share before we get to our bingo. Nope.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's it.
that's it. Val, you saying something?
No.
Okay. Okay.